Okay, let's start in child's pose. So today, instead of just relaxing in child's pose, walk your hands forward and stay up on your fingertips so that you can really lengthen along the sides of your body. Just anchoring the fingers into the floor, reaching back through your tailbone, feeling this lengthening on the sides, and then conscious breaths here. Now relax your arms. Let's come up onto all fours for some cat-cows. Knees under hips, hands under shoulders. Inhale, drop your belly, look up. And exhale, round your back, look towards your belly button. And inhale, drop your belly. Exhale, round your back. Continue with a few more of these, moving at the pace of your own breath. Really feeling all your vertebrae moving. And then after your next rounded back, let's come back to our neutral spine. Walk the hands forward, coming into melting heart. Move your hips over your knees, bring your chest down towards the floor, chin or forehead on the floor. Now from here, slide forward onto your stomach for sphinx pose. Elbows under shoulders, palms flat. And then press your palms into the floor and pull back your forearms so that you can bring your chest forward through your arms. Feeling more of a bend in the upper spine. And then lower all the way down, and we're going to do some baby cobras here. So make sure your legs and glutes are engaged. And then we're going to lift our upper body and our hands up off the floor and hold. Lift your upper body. Just feeling your lower back working. Shoulders are back and shoulder blades coming together. Make sure you can breathe comfortably here. And lower down. And again, let's firm up the lower body. Inhale, lift your upper body and arms off the floor. A few inches to engage your back muscle. Take a few breaths at the top here. And slowly lower down. We're going to do one more time. Firm the lower body. And lift the upper body and hands. Shoulder blades squeezing together. Reaching back through your toes. Engaging your back muscles. Breathing comfortably. And slowly lower down. Relax. And engage your abdomen and push back onto all fours. Let's bring the right foot forward, coming into a low lunge here, stretching the front of that left hip. Sinking down into the hips. And let's place the left palm on the floor, right palm on your right knee, and twist to the right. Untwist. Let's Curl the back toes under, lift your back knee off the floor, and then plant the left palm and twist to the right, bringing your right arm in the air. Now from here, we're going to step back into side plank. So you're going to roll onto the outer edge of the left foot and stack your right foot on top. Lift your hips, reach your fingers to the ceiling, and then optional lift your right leg in the air. Let's lower the right leg, come into plank. Bring the knees to the mat, and then bring that left foot forward, sinking down into your hips, stretching up in the front of the right hip here. Taking a few deep breaths into the stretch. Now plant the right palm, left hand on the left knee, and twist to the left. Looking up towards the ceiling. Untwist. Let's curl the back toes under, lift back knee off the floor, and then plant right palm. Twist the left arm up into the air. Back leg strong. And then let's roll onto the edge of the right foot. Send your left leg back, stacking your legs. Lift your hips into side plank. And again, you have an option to lift your left leg in the air here. Now, if your left leg is lifted, lower it back down, come back to plank. Bring the knees down. Keep your toes curled under, sit back on your hips on your heels. Feel that nice opening stretch in the toes and the bottoms of your feet. Then let's pull the right arm across with the left arm, stretching the right shoulder. Nice deep breaths into this stretch. Release the right arm. Let's pull the left arm across. Release the left arm. Bring your weight forward. Uncurl your toes. You're going to lean back as far as is comfortable for your ankles. Maybe lifting your knees off the floor, stretching the tops of your feet and ankles. And then lower knees back to the floor. We're going to step the right foot forward, setting up for a crescent moon, so make sure 90-degree angles with both legs. Firm the glutes to stabilize the hips, and then inhale, lift your arms into the air, looking up, lifting up out of your waist. Making a nice long spine, no collapsing, maybe a little tiny back bend. And then let's twist to the right. Left hand to the outside of your right knee, right hand to your lower back. Again, check back in with your glutes, make sure your hips are nice and stable here. Untwist, bring your hands to the floor, and let's again curl the back toes under, pop that back knee up. Get your legs nice and strong and stable, and inhale, lift up to our high lunge. Again, lifting up and out of the waist, just like in Crescent Moon. Now drop your right hand down and back, twist to the right, arms parallel to the floor. And arms back up. Set the back heel down, come into warrior two. Heels in a line. Nice deep bend in that front leg. Make sure your right knee and toes are both pointing forward. You're going to bring the right arm under the left, cross at your elbows and wrists, twisting as much as you can. Lift your elbows and dive to the inside of your right leg. Making sure that your abdomen is engaged here, protecting your lower back. With the abdomen engaged, lift back up. Untwist your arms back to warrior two, and let's reverse warrior. Reaching up and overhead, stretching the side body on the right side. Make sure you're still nice deep bend in that right leg. And then let's come all the way back down to the floor, step back into plank. Holding it here for a minute, pressing into the finger joints, fingers, reaching back through your heels. As you exhale, feel your corset muscles engage around your abdomen. And then let's set the knees down and bring the left foot forward for the other side. So 90-degree angles with your legs, from the glutes. And inhale, lift your arms and eyes to the ceiling, lifting up and out of your waist. Maybe a little back bend, thinking about chest coming forward. And let's twist to the left. Right hand to the outside of the left knee. Left hand to your lower back, behind you. Make sure glutes are still engaged, nice and stable. And untwist, hands to the floor. Pull your back toes under, lift your back knee off the floor. Squeeze the inner thighs towards each other. Inhale, lift, and lunge. And then drop that left hand down and back, arms parallel to the floor, twisting to the left. And untwist, set the back heel down, come into warrior two. Deep bend in that front leg. Hips opening out to the side. And this side, let's cross at the elbows and wrists. Bring the left arm under the right this side. Twisting like ropes, lift your elbows up and let's dive forward to the inside of the left leg. Again, making sure you're pulling your abdomen in here. Nice deep bend in that front leg. And then abdomen in. Slowly come back up. Untwist your arms back to warrior two. Let's reverse warrior, reach up and overhead. Stretching the left side of the torso. And windmill back down to the floor, step back into plank. Holding it here for a couple breaths. Pressing into your fingers, finger joints. Feeling the strong core, you're reaching back through your heels. Now take a deep breath. Exhale, push back into downward facing dog. Take any movements you need to get set up here. If it feels good, you can walk your knees one by one. And again, make sure you're pressing into the fingers, pushing the floor away to make some space in your shoulders, rotating your armpits down and in towards each other. As you exhale, stomach in, lift your hips to the ceiling, reach down through your heels. Now let's lift the right leg up in the air. Bend your right knee and open your hips out to the side, feeling that big hip stretch, thigh stretch. Now let's come forward, touch your right knee to your right shoulder, or come up as high as you can on the right side. And then inhale, come back to three-legged dog. Exhale, twist your right knee over to your left elbow or shoulder. Inhale back to three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose, rounding in the middle here. Hold it for a second. And then come straight into your pigeon pose. Right shin across the body, left leg long behind you. Let's start by lifting your chest up and out of your waist. And then you can come forward as far as is comfortable. If you want to add the twist, left arm under the right. And breathe here. Now slowly coming up, plant the palms to get ready for three-legged dog. Curl your back toes under. And inhale, lift your right leg back and up behind you. And then set that right foot down. Setting up in your downward dog again. Lift the left leg up behind you. Bend your left knee, open your hips out to the side. Squeezing heel to butt, lifting the knee. And then take a nice deep inhale and exhale, left knee to left shoulder or elbow. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, twist across left knee to right elbow. Inhale, back to three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose. Hold it there, pulling your abdomen in, rounding your back. And then come into pigeon. Left leg across, right leg long behind you. And again, let's start by pressing hands into the floor, lifting chest forward and up, shoulders back and down, and then come forward. Whatever forward fold you'd like. This time, if you're twisting, right arm under left. From here, slowly come out of your pigeon. This time we're going to roll onto the outer left hip and bring the right leg in front. Set up for boat pose. So lightly hold behind your knees. Lift your chest, get your spine long. And then tip back using your abdominal strength to keep your spine nice and long. Option to bring the legs parallel to the floor or all the way straight. And another option is to bring arms out in front or even overhead. Make sure no rounding in the back, abdomen's engaged, chest lifted. And then slowly coming down to low boat pose. And then relax all the way to the mat. So from here, bend your knees up for bridge. Your feet are hip width apart. Arms long by your sides. And press into your feet. Lift your hips into the air. Reach your tailbone forward. You can experiment with pressing into the heels or pressing into the balls of your feet, how that changes the posture for you. From here, you're going to wiggle your left foot into the center and lift your right leg up, reaching toes up towards the ceiling, pressing into that left foot, feeling the glute, the quad working here. Now lower your right foot, put your right foot kind of in the center, lift your left leg in the air, reaching up through the toes, really keeping your hips lifted, your tailbone reaching away from you. Left leg down, let's bring feet back to hip width apart and slowly curl each vertebra down to the mat until you're all the way down. Take a breath. Do that one more time. The feet hip width apart, press into your feet, lift your hips, reach your tailbone forward. Now shimmy your left foot into the center and keep your hips lifted. Lift your right leg in the air, reach your right toes, ceiling. Right foot down, your right foot into the center, lift your left leg. My left leg down, let's bring feet back to hip width apart and slowly roll your vertebrae down to the floor. Bring your legs out long again and do one more ab strengthening exercise. Arms can stay by your sides. Tuck your chin in to start. Take a breath and then exhale, lift up until just your shoulder blades are off the floor. Reaching forward with your arms. Feel your chin compressing into your chest. Feel your abdominals keeping you lifted. And slowly roll back down. One more time, bring chin into chest. Also squeeze the glutes and legs, reach through your toes. Take a breath, exhale, roll up. Then as you're holding here, legs strong, abdomen working, make sure you can still breathe comfortably. If you can't breathe comfortably here, then lower down a little bit. And slowly roll back down. Next, shoulder stretch. Let's roll onto the left side. Bring the back of your right hand to your spine. Roll back onto your hand. Feel the stretching open the front of the right shoulder. If you want more intensity, move your hand up your spine. If you want less intensity, move it down closer to your hips. And then just take some nice deep breaths here, feeling this stretching and opening the front shoulder. And let's bring the weight off of that right arm. And then roll onto your right side, bringing the back of your left hand to your spine, rolling back onto that hand. Again, making any adjustments you need to make this stretch right for you today. You want it to feel like a stretch, but it should still be comfortable enough to hold for a few breaths. Roll the weight off your left hand. Bring your left hand out by your side. And let's pull the right knee in. Leave your left leg long. Use your left hand to pull your right knee across, coming into our reclining twist. Right arm out to the side. Option to turn your head to the right if that's comfortable. Slowly untwist. Hug the knees in. And then keep that left knee hugged in while you send your right leg out long. Use your right hand to guide your left knee over to the right. And then left arm out to the side. Optional twist in the neck to looking to the left. And twist. Hug the knees in again. And then just grab the outsides of your feet for happy baby, letting your knees come down towards the floor on either side of you. Maybe a little rocking here back and forth. And release your legs. Let your legs come out long. Arms by your sides. Tuck your shoulder blades underneath for short savasana. Completely relax. And try to pick just one thing for your mind to focus on to help keep you present. Maybe the rise and fall of your abdomen. Maybe focusing on keeping one muscle that really likes to tense up, relax. If your mind is wandering, come back to your one thing. Completely relax. Now begin to move your fingers and toes, hands and feet, arms and legs. Maybe a deep breath, arms overhead for a full body stretch. And either roll onto your side and push up from there, or roll back on the spine.